Hello, everybody. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you back on the Red Devils experience. So, I don't know what you guys' thoughts on the match was, but please leave them down in the comment below after the video. And please like, share, and subscribe, especially the likes. It helps us out a lot. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's get right into it, boys. So, we're going to start off right away. I'm going to start this by saying, we got a point out of that. We didn't get embarrassed. We didn't lose. We were very solid defensively, compact. We were organized. We stuck to a game plan. And I think we did what we had to do. Obviously, being a Manchester United fan, what we grew up on, what this club stands for, it wasn't in terms of a nice performance to give Liverpool all the possession, not really create much or as much as we actually want going forward in terms of chances and shots on target. But listen, anybody that is coming out of that after that match and saying anything negative about United is either just dumb or they are ignorant or just haters, because every single person before the match was saying, they kept mentioning the 7-0. They kept saying that Liverpool was going to wipe the floor with us. They said they were going to give us 3-4-5-0. We're shit and we were going to lose. And none of those things happened. And it was because we set up defensively. Yes, we did. And, anybody that wants to come and hate on us for setting up defensively, I mean, it's just a bunch of BS. I mean, what do you want us to do? Come play and be wide open and let Liverpool score some goals. I mean, we are in a club that is at the moment struggling to put in consistent performances. We were kicked out of the Champions League. We are outside the top 4, and we're playing our biggest rival away from home. And you want us to come to Liverpool and just basically spread our legs and be like, come on, enter us. I mean, that part makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. We went there, we had a game plan, we executed the game plan, we did a job, and we got a point. And for the situation that we're in, it's a good result. It's a good result, and I'm not going to let anybody take it away from the players, from the manager, from our club. Absolutely not. We needed that point. It was a good point. We took Liverpool out of first place as well. So, if you want to throw in some brownie points for that, go right ahead. I mean, listen, I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I don't want Manchester City to win the league. I definitely don't want Liverpool to win the league. I think out of the 3, obviously Liverpool, don't want them to win the league. I don't want Liverpool to win anything at all. Manchester City, they're a bunch of plastics, fake fans, and I don't respect any of them. So, honestly, yeah, I don't want them to win, but I don't care. I don't care if they win. These guys won a treble, and it's like they didn't even win it. I always thought like if they were to do it, it would be a much bigger deal, and it isn't, because they have to talk about it because it's done, but nobody really gives a crap. Nobody really respects them, bro. They got open textbooks and whatnot, and Arsenal, they're below Liverpool in terms of our rivals, but still our rivals, and still fucking annoying fan base for the most part. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to deal with them if they pull it off, but definitely don't want Liverpool. But on the match, we had a very good performance in terms of structure, in terms of executing our game plan. I think we did well. I think Ten Hag I think the plan that he set up to try and get something out of this match, I think was very good. I think he pretty much nailed it on. And we had a chance here there. We could have stole it. We could have nicked it. But that's what the Premier League is about. In when you strip it all down, sometimes when you're not playing well, when results aren't going your way, when the season isn't going well, there are certain games or certain moments, the team needs to dig down, and they need to grind out something. They need to grind out something. A loss can never be against a tough opponent like Liverpool. You take the draw away from home. You take the draw. I know it wasn't pretty, and I know at times it was tough. But still, um, I'm. This was a positive. It was a positive. We didn't give up a late goal. We didn't collapse. We didn't do none of that. And obviously, the rivals are gonna come and try and banter us and be like, "Look at you celebrating a draw." I mean, fuck off. Just piss off. I mean, I've seen I've seen all teams celebrate all different types of results. So, we're taking this as a positive. Um, Now I'm gonna get on to some players. Rafael Varane played absolutely excellent. I mean, he just shows why he's called Champions League Varane. He just shows why he is our best defender at the club. Um, and he's class. He's absolutely class. He's just so solid, man. It's his positioning, his awareness on the pitch. It does so much. Like, ability goes some sort of way, but vision and just reading the game with your head and being in the correct spots and making the correct decisions and knowing what you're gonna do before the ball even comes to you. That's it's a very big part of the game. It's a very important part of the game, and he is always on top of that, and that's why he is such a solid player. Like, when he's there, I feel safe. I don't feel like somehow some BS mistake is gonna happen and it's gonna cost us. Um, so really, I don't. I think I said at one time, maybe I'd move him on. I really would like him to stay, unless I mean, I don't trust this team to replace him in January, so I don't think we should. But unless we get a very, very good offer that will help us in a rebuild, right? If we're going for a real rebuild, right, where we're going to shift players around, we're going to get younger players in, maybe. But no, I think I'm hoping whatever happened between him and Ten Hag, um, is now done and dusted with, and they can both move forward, and we can have Varane starting. We need him starting. He's very important to us. And he's always doing a very, very solid job. I would say actually he did captain's performance today, and he probably should have had the armband. Now, whatever happened between him and Ten Hag, probably why he doesn't have the armband. Um, Ten Hag, he's strict on his rules. He's strict on his laws. He sets examples for other players. Don't step out of line. Um, we are a team at the end of the day, but he is the manager and you are the players. And if he does some, if a player does something that he doesn't, he thinks is out of line, he's gonna get punished, and it doesn't matter who it is. And it's very important to keep that standard, to keep that, because once you change it for one player, you might lose the whole dressing room on that. But if he keeps it fair across the board, um, the players will respect that, because they won't feel like it's bias against them. So, um, Luke Shaw did pretty good. He was very solid again. Couple times, balls were sent over, trying to go over the top of him, and he was there to deal with it. He did very well. Delo did very well, and that double yellow card was absolute bullshit. And we're gonna get on to Michael Oliver in a second. I mean, I cannot stand this guy. But Delo was good performance. He was covering everything. He was covering the runners. He was making good tackles, good defensive positionings. Did his job. Um, Hojlund, I was disappointed with a little bit, and it's again, it's not the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault. I know some people are starting to get on to him, but for me, I'm not gonna get on to him. I don't care. I don't care what anybody has to think on this. Me personally, I'm not going to get on to him this season. Number one, he's a kid. It's his first season. He's playing at a huge club, in a bigger league than he was playing in. He was probably never supposed to be the main striker. Is our main striker, and on top of that, the lack of service to the kid um, is a big part of why he's not scoring goals for us. I think he had that one chance, and you can argue he should have scored it. Yeah, as a striker. Yeah. Okay, I get that. But in reality, right? In actuality, um you don't tell your striker you're getting one chance in 90 minutes and you have to finish it. What team does that? What player is that realistic for? A lot of players, especially top players. I mean, Mbappe. How many chances does Mbappe get a game? Mbappe's not getting one chance and putting it away. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't getting one chance and putting it away. Messi wasn't getting one chance and putting it away. I mean, maybe sometimes on the first shot, yeah, they score, but in terms of a full 90 minutes, they're not getting just one single chance, one single shot on goal, one opportunity to try and score a goal. So until he starts getting the service he's supposed to be getting, if this kid is, misses two breakaways, has like 5, 6 chances in the game and doesn't score, and that's multiple games, and then I'll start getting on to him. But first season in, I always carried and adopted the rule from Ferguson. A player not from England that hasn't played in the league, to me, I always give them a 1 season grace period. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter the age. Um, you get a 1 season grace period for me. That's how I do it. Um, I will criticize lightly, but for the most part, I usually get them go. That's just how I operate. Because it's very rare to get a player outside and hit the ground running. And it's also very rare to get a younger player from outside of the Premier League and have them hit the ground running. And where this team is at as well, it's a very big ask. And yeah, this is United and we have standards, but still, with all those things combined, first season and all that, and the way we're playing and the lack of service, it's a big ad. It's a lot. It's too much to put onto just him. So I'm gonna continue to back him. I'm gonna continue to support this kid. I still believe in him. I think he's gonna score goals. I think he's gonna be a very good striker for us. Going forward into the future. And I can't wait until he just starts scoring some goals for us. I think and I think it's gonna come. I think it's gonna come for sure. He definitely has the talent. The ability is there, for sure. He's shown it. I seen it, and that's enough for me. And now all we need is the goals in the net, and then that's it. Um, Anthony did all right. He did all right. He's still too one dimensional, but what saves him is his that attitude, that fighting attitude, that battling attitude he has. Like that's saving him right now. And I know, whatever you want to bring the price tag in, I don't bring the price tag in. The price tag's not his fault. Price tag is BS because we overpay. It's been known. It's irrelevant. So there's no point in really putting the 80 million on him. Just in terms of a Manchester United winger playing at Manchester United and performing on the pitch without a price tag. We need more from him. We need more from him. He's still too one dimensional, and something that I keep disagreeing with Ten Hag on. I would like to see Anthony on the left. Um, I would like to see him on the left, use the left foot. Just because he can't use his right foot, and it really. I mean, there was an instance where I think he got sent down the line. He got to like Liverpool box, and then he had to, because he can't use his right foot to put the ball across. So he had to actually cut it back onto his left, and then he tried to Travella with the outside of his foot, and he didn't get great contact on it, and he gave the ball away. And that's why I want to see him on the left, so he could actually use his left foot, and he can be comfortable with the angles, and maybe make some stuff happen. Like, playing on the right, he's not. It's not like he's scoring 10 goals, and that's really all he can do. Is try and cut in and take a shot. So I don't see why he can't just play on the left, and he'll be able to create more because it'll be easier for him. And Garnacho is double footed. He could play on the right. He can use his left and his right, and Rashford can play on the right because he's right footed. So that's something that I would want Ten Hag to change. And another thing I need Ten Hag to do is Scott McTominay needs to stop being started. He needs to stop being started. He just doesn't offer enough. He doesn't offer enough as a midfielder. As a midfielder in any position, he does not offer enough right now. As a CDM, doesn't offer enough. Doesn't make the tackles. Doesn't win the ball back enough. As a center mid, box to box, doesn't offer enough. Doesn't get on the ball. Doesn't make things happen. He gets lost there. And as a cam in Bruno's position, doesn't do enough. Can't link the play. He can't make passes. I think, especially in the first half, there was a couple times where he received the ball and like he miskicked it, kicked it away. The pass was shit. I think he made two plays in 90 minutes, and making two plays in 90 minutes is not good enough for a team that's trying to be in the Champions League, a team that's trying to get into the top four. Not good enough. That's Burnley levels. That's absolutely Burnley levels. So as a player, personally, I'd still move him on. But as a player currently in the squad, he should be a player coming off the bench. When we need a goal and we need to throw people forward, get him in the box, get him, throw him on and get him in the box last 10, 15 minutes and see if something happens. But as a starter in that midfield, and I actually think it was a great game for Kobe Mainoo, because you just see the difference. You see it live. You see it with your eyes right in front of you. You're talking about an 18. Kobe Mainoo is a real midfielder. The kid is a real midfielder. That's what Kobe Mainoo does, is what Scott McTominay is supposed to do. And Scott McTominay cannot do it in any of those three positions. He can't. He just can't. He's 27. He can't do it. So he needs to be moved to the bench, and Ten Hag has to just stop picking him as a starter. He has to stop. I'm 100% confident if you start in the midfield Kobe Mainoo, Amrabat, because this is who we have available right now, and Bruno Fernandes, that midfield will do 3 times the amount than starting Bruno, McTominay, and Amrabat. And so I need Ten Hag to do this. In terms of Ten Hag, I think he set us up very well. I think he got the team to do what he wanted, and I think the message that he gave to the players was very clear. He came out strong in his press conference before the match. He came out strong in his press conference after the match. And I like to see that, because he's getting attacked by all different types of people on social media. He's getting attacked by the media, the legacy media, journalists, and all sorts of stuff. And I want this guy to succeed. I'm not here. I don't want United to lose to, there's no sabotaging going on. I'm not saying we need to lose so he gets sacked. I haven't done that with any manager. I think that's complete idiocy. Um I think that doesn't solve anything, you know? Um so I'll never have that stance. And it shows character, and he's trying to get the character out of the players that all this shit being written about him, the pressure's on him, he's being talked about, he's stories coming out saying that the club is looking at people to replace him, and he's coming out and he's showing fighting words, and it really it just gets you going. Like I want to back him even more now, because he is trying and he's doing his best with what he's got. And he does make mistakes, and he's not he knows he makes mistakes, but and he rectifies them, even though he's stubborn and it takes him a while to do it. He does do it, and he does understand. He does get it. He gets it. He gets it. He gets where this club is supposed to be. He gets what the performances are supposed to be. Um, and nobody's perfect. You make decisions. Sometimes you get them right, and sometimes you get them wrong. And today, I think he got it right. Um, the team selection as wise. We kept a clean sheet. We didn't lose away from home. So I don't think, besides those two things that I mentioned, there's nothing really else that you can hit him with for today. Other than he gets positivity for grinding out that point away from home when we were in a bad situation. It could have went completely sideways for him. He could have shown up there, and we could have lost 3-0. The game plan could have failed, and we could have looked like shit, and we could have been embarrassed, and it would have been a different story at the end of the game today. So yeah, credit to Ten Hag. And I'm gonna get on this Michael Oliver. This fucking guy, man, should never, ever, ever be allowed to ref a Manchester United game ever again in his entire career. Um, it's so obvious every time he refs our game. It's so obvious he hates Manchester United. It's so obvious he referees with a bias, which supposedly you're not supposed to do, because you're supposed to be professional and you're refing a professional match. And every time. I mean, that double yellow card that he gave to Diego Dalot at the end of the match, and he tried to fuck us, is an absolute disgrace. It's a disgrace. I don't know who he thinks he is. Because number one, he was wrong, right? The call on the field that they made, it came off of the Liverpool player, so they were wrong, and Diego Dalot had a right to be upset because it was a shit call and it was a wrong call, right? And what's the scent? What's the scent? I mean, you gave him the yellow card for the first part. And when you gave him the yellow card, obviously he was pissed about the yellow card, and he did one more thing, and then he shut his mouth, right? And you felt the need to go give him his second yellow for that. I mean, you are some sort of clown, dude. You are a clown. I think send him to the championship. Fuck it. Why should he be refereeing matches in the Premier League? If you're gonna ref like a clown like that, that shouldn't be Premier League standard. I mean, who are you? Because now Dalot has to miss our next match, right? One match because he got a double yellow card. I think that's bullshit. I would appeal it. I don't even know if you could appeal a double yellow, but I'd appeal it anyway because I think it's garbage. He shouldn't have gotten a double yellow for what? There was other instances. I mean, Darwin Nunez, for example, he completely targeted Johnny Evans in the beginning. On camera, you see it. He literally looked at Johnny Evans and ran straight at Johnny Evans and just fucking hit him, right? On purpose, targeted him. And then there was another play where I think he was offsides or something, or there was a foul, and the ball was going to him, and when it got there, he fucking kicked the ball 75 yards towards our goal, right? Are both of those not both yellow card offenses? If you're gonna give Diego Delo a double yellow card for dissent, is that not fucking something similar, kicking the ball 75 yards after you dislike the call that he made? And the thing on Johnny Evans, that's not a yellow card either. There was just certain aspects of this guy, being a clown. I'm pretty sure he yellow carded all our midfielders, and it was like, Liverpool player would make a worse tackle, and they get no yellow card, and then we do like a foul, like a tactical foul, and it's a yellow card. I mean, you could kiss consistency and fairness out the fucking window with this guy. I mean, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It was so biased. So absolute clown, absolute clown. He should never be allowed to ref another Manchester United game ever, because it's so clear that he's against us, and I don't know how the Premier League can allow something like that. I don't know how you can have a ref that refs with bias and not to the and bends the rules of the game for his liking because he hates us. So yeah, I think that's a disgrace, and I don't think he's Premier League quality. I'd send his ass to the championship. But other than that, yeah, the match was it was a little shaky at times. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous here and there. I kept having this thing in the back of my head that, where's the mistake gonna come from? I thought they were gonna hit us on a corner. To be honest, I thought it was gonna be from a set piece. I thought somebody was gonna lose their man, or their mark. And I thought somebody was gonna, get a header on us, free open header, and it just never happened. Liverpool, they were poor. They were poor, and they've been grinding out results. And yeah, they were at the top of the league, but they really been grinding out results. They haven't been like blowing people away. They haven't been like destroying people. A lot of their games they're winning by one goal. They were giving up goals. It's like two or three teams they played before us. Somehow the other team managed to get a red card. Oh wait, hold on. There's a theme going on here. And it's like 4 games they played and the other team's gotten a red card. Interesting. But that, the red card came late in this one, so they couldn't help them. Couldn't help Liverpool, Van Dijk's crying, talking about Onana, saying we only played a half hour of football because of you. Yeah, that's good. Why don't you go home and shut up, Van Dijk? You're just salty because you guys played like crap and you thought you were gonna batter us and you didn't, and we stole the fucking point at your house and we took 2 points off of you and took you out of first place. So salty Van Dijk. And I don't know what Klopp said. I didn't see anything about that. I got player ratings. We're gonna do them now, and then we're gonna end because I don't want to overrun it. So, Onana, I'm giving him a 7 today. He had the most passes in the game, kept a clean sheet, had some decent saves. There was some questionable things yet again, which is probably why I didn't give him an 8. But didn't do anything wrong. Got the clean sheet, and he put in a solid performance. And yeah, I think he deserves a 7. I don't know. What else do you want him to do? Do you want him to get assists too while he's at it? Some of his kicking wasn't that great. Definitely could have done better. But in terms of overall performance, he didn't let in a goal. He made the saves that he needed to make. Didn't make any mistakes that costed us the game. 7. I think that's fair. Diego Delo. I'd give him. I think Delo played well, so I'm gonna give him a 7. There was a point where Delo was, when we were kicking the ball out of the goal, right? For goal kicks and stuff. Delo was coming inside. He wasn't sticking out on the wing. He was coming inside because the midfield just, they were marking Mainoo. So it was hard for him to like pick up the ball and play out of the back and distribute it because they were pressuring us. But Delo did it like once or twice, and he did it very well. Up until he decided to make the wrong pass because he twisted his whole body and tried to cross pass it to his right when he could have just kicked it to the left, and it was the easier pass, and the guy was open, and we could have maybe done something from that. But he put in a good performance, and I think he deserves a 7, and he didn't deserve the red card, so that's not getting added into his fucking score at all. Rafael Varane, I give him an 8. Like I said in the beginning, absolutely phenomenal. Guy was phenomenal. Solid, most solid player. I think he's our best defender. Definitely one of our best players. You can count on him. He's reliable. Um, you know, rarely ever makes a game costing mistake or something like that. And that's why he's called Champions League Varane, because he is just a stud. And it's good to see him back there. And again, like I said before, I really hope whatever happened between him and Ten Hag, and they kept it professional, didn't leak out in the media like a certain, English right winger that's a little crybaby and just plays EAFC 24 at home and goes to rap concerts now. That's his career. They kept it in house, and they're gonna get over it like men and move forward when it's time. And then maybe it looks like now, because he is putting in performances for Ten Hag. He has not down tools on him, even though they had some sort of a disagreement. And that's what professionalism is all about. And I'd like to see him stay in there, because he's one of my favorite players at this squad. I like him, and he provides comfort to me for me in and stability for the team. So definitely an 8. Johnny Evans, gave him a 7. You're talking about 36-year-old Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans is a red. He was solid. I mean, we kept a clean sheet. So there was one play where he messed up. But other than that, he did good. He did solid. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. So 7. Luke Shaw, 7. Again, solid, always in the right position. There was a couple times he had balls coming over the top, was there to take care of it. You know what I mean? Trying to get forward, trying to make something happen. Albeit, we did set up more defensively, so that part of the game is always going to be more difficult. But again, Shaw, definitely very, very solid, very, very important. We were missing him for that whole entire time that he was out injured, and you could see the difference it makes having him as a left back. And I hope he keeps up these performances. Maybe add an assist or two into it, and we're talking about 8, 9s, and 10s then, and that's fantastic from your left back for sure. Amrabat, I give him a 6. I think he was average. He worried me at times. He's a little bit too slow on the ball. He's a little bit too heavy. And he got caught a couple times in the middle of the pitch with the ball in a bad position where you don't want to lose it. But he still did a job. He was still fighting. He was still playing. He was doing what was asked of him. He could have done it at a higher level, and he could have done it better. But it wasn't like it was an awful performance. He did what he did, and that's why he's getting a 6. 6 is average, so I think he got an average score. Kobe Mainoo, I'm gonna give the kid a 7. I'm gonna give him a 7. A 7. I think by far he was our best midfielder, 110%. He outplayed everybody. A teenage kid. He outplayed 2 senior players in that are partnering him. And again, I said it last episode, and I said it the episode before. This kid offers 3 times what McTominay offers. He does the job Scott McTominay is supposed to do and can't do. This kid is a real midfielder. This kid is going, if we don't if we nurture him correctly, this kid is going to be one of the best players, if not in the world, in England for sure. Um, you just see it. He's calm. He's composed. He's intelligent. Um, he has some physicality to him. He's not afraid to go in and make a tackle. He's not afraid. I mean, he got booked early. Smart. Didn't put himself in a compromising position to get a second yellow. Still was able to play his game. Still was able to make some type of an impact, even on a yellow. And yeah, I mean, this kid is. I'm loving this kid. And you know what? He needs to be playing. Like as many games as possible. He needs to be playing. Um, I think he 100% should be starting over Scott McTominay. 1,000%, 1,000%. And the midfield for me right now with availability, I would line it up as Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo, and Sophie Amrabat. And if we get Casemiro back, it'd be even better. Bruno, Casemiro, Mainoo. Boom. I think that midfield is the best midfield that we have. I think it'd be a fantastic midfield. Um, and then you could even play around with it. I know we have Ericsson and I know we have Mount, but Mount for me is a competition for Bruno, and they got to figure that out. I don't think you can play Bruno, Mount, and Casemiro, for example, and I don't think you can play Mount, Ericsson, Casemiro, or Bruno, Ericsson, Casemiro. Kobe does that midfield position, that box to box. He does it well. He does it well, and he can help the team going forward, and he helps the team coming back. I think he does it the best out of all the midfielders we have, because he's not a straight defensive mid, and he's not a straight cam. Right? He's the box to box. He's in between both of them. I think he does that role the best out of anybody we have at this club. So I want to see him continue. I want to see him playing. Scott McTominay, our captain, gave him a 4 today. Didn't do enough. He really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. It was just like he wasn't offering a lot. He didn't do a lot. And for all the passion and energy, like, yeah, he was playing Cam, but there was times like, he's jogging back, and it looked like sometimes he didn't even really want to defend, or he wasn't trying to defend too hard, or what. And like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. To me, I'm. That's it. Like he can't. There's no changing my mind because he can't do it, and I know he can't do it, and he doesn't have the ability. He is not what a midfielder is supposed to be. He does not get on the ball. He does not make things happen. He doesn't create plays. He doesn't dictate the tempo. He doesn't do any of that. He can't do it. It's not part of his game. And that's why I said before he needs to be a bench player. And if he doesn't want to be a bench player, then go to West Ham, go to Fulham, and go play. But if you want to stay here, you're bench player. We're down or we're up 10, 15 minutes. We push you up forward, try and get a goal. That's what you offer to us. So yeah, and I guess maybe some people might be bothered by the captain thing. I think Ten Hag gives it to him for his attitude and his mindset, and guess like what he shows in training, and maybe he shows some type of leadership behind closed doors. Maybe he looks after certain players. Maybe whatever. But obviously, it was only temporary. It was only one game. It's not like he's the permanent captain. So Anthony, I give him a 6, average. Again, he had some periods where he looked okay going forward, and then he had some periods where, just looked like too much of a one-trick pony. But again, like I said, that work rate, that fight to win the ball, to get the ball, to try and make something happen, that it's really been saving his performance numbers here, right? And you have to do what you have to do, right? So, if you're not going to score and you're not going to create assists, you got to do something. You got to help out the team in defense, track back, make sure you're always tracking back, challenge the left back bombing forward, or the winger on the other team, make it difficult for them, try and help your team win the ball back. And he's been doing that. So, you know, again, still, I would like to see him play on the left. I think for what he's been offering us on the right, you might as well play him on the left and make it easier for him. Make it easier for him to at least pass the ball, maybe put in a cross. Um, you know, and he can still, lefty, you can still cut in side into the box and still have a shot. Um, it's a little harder to angle it to the far post with your left foot, but you can still have a go. You can still make things happen, sure. So I would like to see that at some point. I don't know if Ten Hag's going to do it. I feel like he's not. Um, but maybe maybe he does at one point. Who knows? But Garnacho, he gets a 6. Average. The physicality issue was an issue for him today. He's getting bullied a little bit, which knocks him off the ball, which stops him from continuing to create a chance. But for a kid, he did his tracking back job. Providing help for Luke Shaw on that side. Um, and again, the way we set up and when we were sitting back, it was always going to be harder for him today to go forward to try and create something. They were pressing us. We were under pressure. I don't think we moved the ball as quickly as maybe we should have, which obviously, would put you in a bad spot when you're receiving it. So he did struggle a little bit, but by no means that I think he was awful. I think he did a average performance, and let's see what happens in the next game. Um, Hopefully, we'll be a little bit more attacking intent, and hopefully he'll get some more chances. But I need him to look for Hojlund. I think actually it's more important to get a partnership between Hojlund and Garnacho because they're both young, and you establish that connection now, and I think that would be very beneficial for us because I think it's harder to teach it to players that have never really played like that and they're older, they're more set in their ways. It's harder to change their ways, but these two kids are young, and if you could form some type of bond and partnership between them, I think that would be a very deadly combination. So we should definitely be working on that. Hoyland, I gave a 6, and I gave a 6 because he wasn't involved in the game much. There wasn't much that he did, and he missed that one opportunity that he had. And the reason why I gave him a 6 is because other than those, other than him missing that one chance, there was literally nothing that was his fault. We didn't play to attack. It was hard for him to, get the ball, hold it up, and be swamped by 2-3 players at a time. Because everybody's back and he's the only one up top. And he just needs more service. He needs more service. The players need to look for him. They need to be looking for him. I seen a clip the other day. It was Van Persie and it was Rio. I think it was from a season or two ago, where they were in the studio and they were talking about how when Ferguson bring in Van Persie, yeah, and Ferguson told Scholes, Giggs, Carrick, whoever else, Rooney, whoever, he told them, he said, if you do not give Van Persie the ball, or if you can't give Van Persie the ball, you will not play. Period. Flat out. That's what he told them. Because you need to give the ball to your striker. That's what they get paid for. That's their position. It's their job. You need to provide them with the ball, and what happens, what they do with the ball after that is on them, right? And we don't do it enough. We don't look for the striker enough. We don't try to give him the ball enough. And that needs to be fixed. That needs to be corrected. He needs to be getting more balls. He needs to be getting more chances, um, for sure. So again, I'm not going. I'm going to give this guy his grace period of 1 season. Next season, obviously, I expect a step up for sure from whatever he does for the remainder of the season for us. But I definitely believe in this kid, and I'm going to keep backing this kid because I know what he's capable of, and it's only a matter of time until he shows it for sure. Marcus Rashford, I give him a 6. Came on as a sub. Um, what is he really supposed to do? When we played the way we played, he did get on the ball a little bit here and there. He did some good things, but I don't think he was on long enough, and I don't think there was much to judge him off of to lower or higher his score. So he gets average score. Hannibal average score. I did like some of the tenacity he showed. Um, hustle, fight. He did fight for some balls, but again, wasn't on the field long enough to really impact the score. His score. So average 6. Palestri, same thing. Average 6, wasn't on long enough. And Eric Ten Hag, I'm gonna give him a 7 today. Um, because I think he set up the team correctly. I think he had the game plan correctly. I think he was smart. Team selection was good. Other than for me, Scott McTominay, but then also, I think it would have been a risk to start Kobe Mainoo, Hannibal, and Amrabat. There's two kids. Big match away from Liverpool. One of them has a fuck up, and it's all over. So I think he had to do what he had to do. I I think it was a problem that Scott was the captain and he couldn't really pull him off. But I would have pulled him off anyway. But other than that, I think he set us up good. He got the point away from home against Anfield, and he talked his talk after the match. So now we are heading to who are we playing on let me see. Now we are heading to West Ham. We're playing West Ham this upcoming Saturday, away from home. It's going to be another tough match. West Ham in pretty good form, and we need to try and get 3 points from that. This Liverpool result will be only be a good result if we get some points from West Ham, and we need to beat Austin Villa at home, for sure. If we could get six in our next 3 games, right? So if we can get um 7 to 9 points in our next 3 matches, um this Liverpool result is a W. If we go to West Ham and we lose, and we play Villa and we lose, and then we play Nottingham Forest at the end of December, and that's the only 3 points we get. Um, that's not it's not good. It's not good enough, and the Liverpool thing will almost be for nothing. We have to use this as a springboard to go forward, and we need to pick up more points, and we need to climb up the table, and we need to score some more goals, and get that goal difference going. But I've held you here long enough. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Or have a good, happy Monday morning or whatever from wherever you're watching around the world. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe, especially the likes. It really helps us. Leave your comments down below. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your opinions of what you thought of the match, anything that I said. If anybody writes anything that's good and interesting, I will bring up your comment on the next episode and we can talk about it, and I will shout you out by name and everything. um and Yeah, that's pretty much it. So have a good rest of your evenings or mornings or nights or wherever you are from around the world. And we are definitely going to be bringing you another one in the week, maybe two. So look out for that. I haven't decided when yet, but for sure, especially if something major breaks, if they announce the deal, because supposedly they were trying to get it done before Christmas, and this is the last week before Christmas, so maybe we might get a deal announcement. And if that happens, for sure, we'll be making one instantly. Um, until then, though, enjoy it. Have a good night. And we'll catch you later. Peace out, guys.